Okay, I'm going to start adding in my color to anywhere that is my perspective lines, everything that's going back to that space. And you're just going to pick whatever color you're going to do this part in colored pencil. I would keep it simple, maybe choose 2 or 3 colors that you want to alternate, or you can just do it in one. You're going to, I want you to make it so that it starts out darker, closer to the letter, and gets lighter in value as it goes back. So you're going to have practiced this beforehand so that you know how to make value using your colored pencils. You're going to start with a heavier pressure, and then as you go further back, it gets lighter and lighter. And you may have to go back and over it a few times to get it to where you want it, because as you're coming down, it gets lighter. And then there's times you're going to have to go back in and make it a little bit heavier in color. So there's my first one. I'm going to make my R all in red, I think. Probably the best way. Pick a color for each letter. Okay, I only want you to do the bottom of your letter, like whatever would be the bottom part of your letter that is going back into your perspective. Don't worry about, these would be the sides of your letter, right? They would be the other side of a three-dimensional shape. So we're only going to do what would be considered at the bottom, or if your lines are going to the top, only the top. So only the flat parts along the bottom or the top of the letter for right now. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to go on and fill in the letters. Okay, as you can see, I have started some of this stuff. I've started filling in my letters. So I want my letters to be darker than the value of the lines that are going back into space. So I'm going to have to go back over this red and make it darker. Just in the letter area, I'm going to put another layer of color. And I'm actually going to change my yellow because I really don't like that yellow. I'm going to add something to it to just darken it up a little bit. I think I'm going to use a little bit of this orange on top of it just to make it a orange or yellow. Okay, now I can go back and make all my perspective lines the color of the letter, but as they go back into space, they're going to get lighter and lighter and lighter. So you could see I have to lift the pressure, and then I have to go back up and make it a little bit darker sometimes. My dogs may start barking any minute. I'm going to go back, I'm going to look, I'm going to see where I might have to make it a little bit darker, like in this red. Now, if you notice, I didn't do in there because that's not a letter right there. There is a letter right here, but there's not a letter, so that stays white, and so does that part right there in between the heart and the B. But then I'm going to go in and I'm going to color in the whole rest of my piece. I'm going to use different values of my colored pencils. I may layer colors. So I'm just going to do it as you watch it. I'm going to leave the outside border that I just drew in white, but I'm going to fill in everything else, at least for now. So let's see how it looks as we go along. I'm going to add a few last finishing areas onto mine. Now, you may want to go around and add the a black line to define it. I don't need a straight edge because my hand's steady, but if you need one, you can get one. You may want to go around some spots and make them brighter and darker and thicker.